What is up, everyone? I hope everyone's enjoying another new day so far. As you can tell, it's early as all get out again. Anyways, let's take on our day.
Some right-wing...
That door wasn't shut earlier. That door wasn't shut a moment ago, guys. And there's no one here. There's no draft strong enough to shut that. And I know there's no one else in here. I'd have heard the movement. Wow. That's creepy. Anyways, I've been watching, I started watching this. Bunch of anti-dating propaganda and everything. And that's the title of the video, The Attack on Gen Z.
nationalist or patriotic.
Okay, this guy's trying to claim that the feminists are right-wing people. No, they're not. All those feminists that are attacking men, they're actually supporters of the political left, not the political right. So this guy's not exactly all that bright. You just call Gen Y Gen X, funnily enough, guys.
And they're starting to slowly form
The millennials or Gen X.
on the right wing or within the right
We are not Gen X, we are Gen Y.
because they need community amongst themselves.
So this guy's,
And
whoever's doing this channel
what's
is,
important here is for a
they
long
are
time
so flawed in their knowledge. I'm not watching that. No. Okay, this guy didn't get into it as quickly as he thought. He said families with two incomes are more likely to go bankrupt. Not if you know what you're doing. And that's the thing about me. I'll know exactly what to do. I will not be overspending on some school system. No. In fact, I'd rather be teaching the kid myself because the school system sucks these days. House? I'm not going for some expensive house. Don't need one. It's not the two income trap. What that's called is basically overspending. It's not some two income trap. But apparently people think it is. Look at this. Families with two six-figure incomes often falling into the two income trap. Overspending on lifestyle, housing, schools, cars, etc. to keep up. That's not a two income trap that they're claiming there. Like they're claiming it is. People are brainless these days. Yeah, it's not looking too good out there, guys. I don't like the look of that. That's usually a bad sign. Let's see what the weather's... I don't think the weather's going to be very accurate. But yeah, look what it's claiming. I'm going to have to disagree on this. Let's look at the rate. Let's look at radar. More rain headed our way. But not a whole lot of it. Oh, and that property there, guys, that's where the abandoned house I paid a visit to is. Apparently some random company owns that property. Which I really did not know. There's that wind again. By the way, the Batista Missionary Iglesia, that's actually a church. A Latino church, which honestly might be another decent bet for me. To stay at, to be honest. Let's see here. Let's see what the maps show before I decide on that. About what type of land that is. Sorry, not what type of land, but the landscape, really. There's the church right there. Oh. I'm going to pull this out of satellite. There we go. Come on. I hate it when it fails to do that. Alright. Well. It seems to think I wanted that specific address when I didn't. But based on what I'm seeing here, doesn't look like it's anything all that important. So it might be my best bet to literally stay somewhere behind that. And find some way to protect that tent. Let's see if there's any kind of treatment to prevent mold. Apparently there is. It's called mold armor. calling it a house cleaner, but let's see what materials this works on. I hate it when it does that. I hate it when this stupid thing does that. That's getting old. But yeah, I'm going to say this clearly. I'm going to be staying in a bell tent when this is all over. At least until I can afford a place of my own. Okay. Okay, I can actually go onto YouTube from my phone, save some of these videos I want to watch. Yeah, a little brighter, but it's still looking completely gray out there. Not looking good. At all. Oh, look at this. America the movie in the storage sheds.
I live in a 600 square foot shed with 3 little kids and my husband.
I'm 22 years old and I'm currently living out of my vehicle. I live in a state where things are very expensive.
A lot of people ask me why I live in a shed. Why not just have a normal house like normal people?
Step 1, be a ghost. Don't be seen by employees or tenants, or be seen as little as possible. Go in before or after the employee gets there. You know how to set up business hours so they don't see you.
I live in my car. I've lived in my car for 9.5 months now, and winter is coming, so how do I keep myself warm during the winter? I'm living in my car. My little S10. This is me. Stay home for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, that's a lot of people right now.
I always try to tell people you will never get rich working a 9-to-5 job because the rich never got rich that way. The rich are telling you guys, go work a 9-to-5 job and you will be like us. But they really got their money from generational wealth.
No, the reality of it is, no, you're not going to get money. You're not going to get rich working for some company. But you can use the money you earn from that company to get rich. It's just going to take a while. But you're not going to do that living in some house.
United States to put a roof over their head. A lot of people are not able to qualify for apartments or purchase homes. They're having a hard time. They are becoming homeless. And a lot of people are even
Yeah, they are.
more creative ways to try and keep a roof over their head.
Alright, you guys have been asking for a room tour at my storage place living situation, so here we go. Big reveal. There's the bed.
Yeah.
Super
Wow.
comfy, straight on the ground, the pillow, and the recording setup. And this is where the magic
Wow.
is. It's like, I don't even know, 8 by 8. I love it.
It's been almost 2 years since my husband and I made the switch from traditional living to off-grid canvas tent living.
We were paying
which is what I'm getting ready to do. Can't some partially off-grid canvas tent living, but yeah.
was approximately $3,200. And now that we have chosen to live this unconventional lifestyle, our rent
Maybe completely off-grid, because I'm probably going to have to get those generators.
and while we live very differently, we still have all of the basic amenities that you need to live a comfortable life. We have a refrigerator and a freezer.
Yeah, that's what I made my decision to get. Hold on a moment. What? Are you fucking kidding me? They always choose the shittiest times to run out of stock on something. They always run out of stock on something at the shittiest times. Wow. Let's see here. $142. But it's basically the same thing. Already comes with a fireproof ground mat. Oh yeah. Fireproof ground mat so I can put a stove in there. A wood stove. Yeah. That wood stove's going to be how I cook everything for a while. Waterproof winter. It's waterproof and winter. It's fireproof ground mat. Yeah. It's literally what I'm looking for. Four left in stock. Let's hope it doesn't sell out before I can get it. Because I'm going to be ticked off if it does. Yeah, I want you guys to see this. Look at this. This guy seems to think it's okay to toss someone out of a storage unit they're paying for because our country made that illegal. If they want to make that illegal, then maybe they should start making it illegal to live in tents. Because here's the problem. A lot of people are living in tents too. Because they can't afford anything else. Tents aren't designed to live for living in either. So, yeah. This just shows all the hypocrisy in our country. And it's also one reason why I'm doing that. It's the same size as the other one, it just comes with a little bit more. This is actually coming with the flame retardant, the fireproof mat. I'm gonna have to get a fire extinguisher in there too. At some point. I think I just found a beautiful option for a shed to turn into a tiny house. Look at that. Look at that. So I'd have to hire someone to bring it out. Now that land up in Northern Virginia that my family used to live on, I don't think it's for sale anymore. But I can always check. using acres. See if it's possibly owned by anyone. So yeah, let's see here. I know where I was living, which is now Alexandria instead of Springfield. Let's see here. Oh, my phone's acting up again. Let's see, I can actually search this, okay? Yep, there it is. There it is. And no, it's actually not owned by anyone, apparently. This is interesting. It's not owned by any company. So I might actually be able to get permission. Oh, it is owned by someone. The guy's name is Jeffrey Lewis. So it's basically saying it's privately owned. That basically means I'm gonna have to find a way to contact this guy and see if I can get permission to just stay there if I ever move up that way. Again, I actually enjoyed that neighborhood. Oh, I know where he lives. Oh, wow. I know where he lives.
It can be a little bit sketchy when you're cleaning.
I want you guys to watch the next clip coming after this one.
So I knew these two girls that had recently become unhoused. They had decided to stay in their storage unit. And they were not on substances. They did not have schizophrenia or serious mental illness. A lot of people think that all homeless people do. But they just kind of came on hard times. So one of the girls had a storage unit. So they decided to stay the night in the storage unit. And some prick that had a unit across from them ended up calling the police. They got arrested for criminal trespassing. The girl whose unit it was got an immediate eviction. They threw out everything, all of her stuff, everything she owned was in that storage unit. They threw everything out, did not give her her deposit back that she paid for that storage unit. They were not bothering anybody. They just wanted to stay the night in there because they were afraid to sleep out on the street. It was awful. They say that there's like 775,000 unhoused people, but I would guarantee you that it's almost double that, because that number does not include like families that live with other families, or people that live in sheds in other people's backyard, or just crash on other people's couches. And so we'll say 1 million, even though we know it's higher than that. But that is 1 in every 340 people that is home.
Wow, that is cruel. That is very cruel. But then again, that's how the rich and powerful choose to operate. And the number of homeless people, estimate, 1,550,000. And that number is including the people that are crashing on other people's couches, living in sheds and things like that. People who are in sheds in people's backyards. People who are having to rely on others to keep a roof over their head. And there's a few homeless people that I happen to know. Personally, I don't think it's fair that they're kicking people out of storage units. They're out of things that they're paying for. I don't think that. Then again, the rich don't seem to have any sense of fairness, they don't seem to care what's right or wrong. They only care about their own little rules. The way I see it, as long as there's a roof over our head and four walls, I don't see why it should matter where we're sleeping, as long as we don't get too complacent about it. This stuff just isn't fair to people who are at least trying to make a living. There's a lot more people that are living in tents, as I've said earlier. And tents aren't meant to be lived in long term either. Now guys, the lady in that clip I just showed you earlier said something I completely agree with. Our government knows how to fix this, the whole homeless and housing crisis, but they're not doing it. At one point they did. That's one good thing Bush did during his presidency. But they'd rather put us behind bars and make money off of us rather than help us, which was one of their founding purposes, is to help the people they're supposed to be governing over. Upholding law, order, helping us when we need it, and letting us speak out if we disagree with something. Well, that ain't happening anymore. I'm going to do a much more in-depth reaction to this on my 510 Insight channel. There's a lot of content I've got that I found for that channel. A lot. I don't know where to begin at this point. Alright guys, now that I got everything planned out, and I'm working on contingencies for any setbacks, that tent is going to be coming with this next paycheck. Along with more food, yes. That's a guarantee. Then that bike has to get either replaced or repaired. I may end up selling this thing because I don't know if I can do it. That back tire is the problem. It popped. While I was riding it, and I don't know what I ran over. But either way. And by the way, I've got to be out of here shortly. I got to be at work in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Got to head that way in the next 5 minutes, really. But part of my paycheck's also going to go towards an apron. Another unfortunate event. So, counting my hours from the previous week as well as this week. Last week, okay, not too bad. Last week, I believe that was the week of December 22nd. Yes, it was. Hold on. I hate it when my phone does that. My phone did something weird. And so far this week, where's that thing? So far this week I've worked almost 20 hours. Let's see if this is it. Nope. Where did I put that thing? Ah, there it is. Here it is. Here it is. Well, that's just the first one. Yeah, I worked over 7 hours. So far, I've worked a pretty good number of hours this week. Let's see. Where did I put that thing, though? Hold on. Is that it? Is that it? No, that's not it. That's early November. Where is it? There it is. Right here. Another 7 hours. That's 20 hours and 45. And 45. That's 20.45 hours. Plus 24.77. 45 hours and 45.22 hours. That's not a bad paycheck. It's going to be in the 500s after taxes. That's how Taco Bell is paying me right now, though. My hours are inconsistent, but I'm getting just enough to scrape by where I am. A little bit more than I thought. Look at that. Hell yeah. That won't be a problem. Just got back, guys. It's been rough. It was crazy at work today. No one was able to take a break. Again, even though the way I see it, you should be allowed to take breaks no matter what. As part of the federal labor laws. I'm pretty sure state enforces that too. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Look at this. Wow. The fact that they don't allow employees to, the fact that they don't make it mandatory for people to, for employers to give employees break times anymore. It's not how it used to be. Yeah. But anyways, guys, I've got big things planned. I gotta make this call again. Yep, that went well. Just checking up on each other and that sort of thing. I don't see any harm in that. In fact, that's something I hadn't had in a while. After that situation with my last roommate. Oh, look at that. The night bus from Harry Potter. And the Prisoner of Azkaban.
A purple bus that squeezes between buildings, beds at...
Oh.
A triple-decker purple bus that squeezes between buildings, beds that slide across the floor, and a talking, shrunken head. The night bus isn't just movie magic, it's built on real engineering, practical effects, and clever filmmaking tricks that most fans never notice. We're going to examine the real construction, the practical effects, the design decisions, and the production challenges that brought this impossible vehicle to life. Everything
Well, simply, guys, that's a real bus that they did a lot of editing tricks around to give it some of those effects.
If you're a fan of film history and practical effects, hit subscribe. Let's dive in. Number 22. The Night Bus was a real full-scale vehicle. The Night Bus wasn't purely CGI. Production designer Stuart Craig and his team built 3 full-scale, road-legal versions of the bus for filming Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. These weren't set pieces, they were actual functioning vehicles that could be driven on public roads under supervision.
Now that was a good dinner I just had. Chili beans mixed into my rice. And on the plate, mixed vegetables. That was a good dinner. It won't be a problem for me getting dinners like this when I start living off-grid and tiny house setups. Excuse me. Interesting. Another Zelda content theme. Well, 2025 was a horrible year, okay? Let's point something out. Let's go ahead and look at this.
$1 million by a robot company. This is due to him going on stream with the robot and eating it up, apparently breaking it.
Let's not start that, bro.
Oh, come on. Really?
We're not doing robo rights. We're not doing robo rights. We're not making robot.
No, we're not. It's a machine. It's meant to serve us, human beings. So that company is making a very big mistake doing that. Especially when technically the bot is his. He bought it. It's his bot. He gets to choose what he wants to do with it. Idiots.
A part of the human, no. These are machines. These are not lives.
Exactly. This year was really a mixed bag.
But I knew, right before I'm finna leave, I peeped Tommy dropped this video yesterday.
Now this guy's actually said a couple things I don't agree with about the whole ICE thing. And the fact that he's claiming this has been a horrible year, but the reality of it is, this year wasn't that bad compared to 2020. This year was way better than 2024, but still wasn't great. I have to disagree with some of his statements, honestly. But I do respect the fact that he didn't want to get into politics. Honestly, he did the right thing doing that, avoiding the topic of politics. He's earned my respect. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I was tired as hell and fell asleep. I'll see you guys next video. Mm.